and gentlemen, step right up and see the freaks. The freak show's about to begin. 25 cents, 2 bits, 1/4 of $1. Right behind this curtain, ladies and gentlemen, right behind this curtain. Come as close as you like. Examine them to your heart's content. See the fat lady, the fattest woman in the world. Wear on our scales and be amazed. She's huge, a veritable leviathan. See the snake boy with scale-like skin. There's nothing like him, the 8th wonder of the world. The deaf, dumb, and blind man. Watch him stumble, watch him fall. Fun for the whole family. The he, she. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Only you can decide. See the pimply dwarf commit acts unspeakable. Watch him dance with a poodle. Once in 100 years, a Negro and a Chinaman mate, and we have the offspring. Right behind this curtain, ladies and gentlemen, right behind this curtain. A medical impossibility. Yes, yes, and for the same price, tonight only see Dr. Cyclops, the one-eyed man. He'll give you the cold stare, and his friend, the legless wonder. He's got wheels instead of legs, wheels instead of legs. A one-man roller derby. And finally, for the first time in captivity, not an imitation, not a duplication, but the real thing. A genuine, homosexual, Siamese twin. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Step right up. The freak show's about to begin. Superman! Superman! Superman is really Clark Kent, but then he's not. Hi, Dad. I was just practicing my Superman, Dad. Am I doing it right, Dad, huh? Am I doing it right? Hey, Dad, guess what I did today? I ran as fast as I could, and I threw a rock at a bird, and I killed it. Pretty good, huh, Dad? Huh? Dad, when I grow up, am I going to be just like you? I want to be just like you when I grow up. I want to be tall and strong and never make any mistakes and drink beer and drive a car. Am I going to be just like you, Dad? I want to be just like you when I grow up. Dad, can I ask you a question? When I grow up, I'm not going to be poor, am I, Dad? Am I? I'm not going to be an old poor bum on the street, all dressed in rags and smelling all the time and living in a cardboard box. I'm not going to be a bum, am I, Dad? Am I? I'm going to be rich like you, huh? Huh? Dad, when I grow up, I'm not going to be an alcoholic, am I, Dad? Am I? Like Mr. Johnson down the street never cuts the lawn and throws up all the time. I'm not going to be an alcoholic, am I, Dad? Am I? And I'm not going to be a drug addict either, am I? Like on Kojak and OD all the time and shoot up. I'm not going to shoot up, am I, Dad? Am I? I don't like shooting up, huh, Dad? Huh? Dad? Joey says I'm going to be a homo. I'm not going to be a homo, am I, Dad? Am I? Homo. Homo. We're not homos, are we, Dad? No way I can be a nigger, huh, Dad, huh? 'Cause you're not a nigger and Mom's not a nigger, huh? We're not Negro, we're American, huh, Dad, huh? Dad? Can I ask you one more question? When I grow up, no, Dad, I'm No, 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 go, 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 Dad. I'm, no, 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 going, go, go, going, go, 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 Dad. I'm, no, 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 Dad. Much too many people who are of my generation think that they've got their whole, racism, I know all I need to know about racism. Sexism, I know all I need to know about sexism. But they don't. And they actually act a lot like everybody else ever acted, because they tell the same old dirty jokes and racist jokes at a party when they're around a bunch of people. Now, I don't want to play holier than thou. When I bring this stuff up in my work, it's simply because this is what I think about every day in my day-to-day life. These are the things that worry me, and these are the things that sort of obsess me. I'm looking for edge. I'm looking for stuff that's going to turn people's ideas inside out about the way they're thinking about things. In order to do edge, you have to get pretty close to the edge, and you have to work with ideas that might be a little dangerous and scary, ideas that are controversial. The sexist ideas that men have, for instance, they're, the average guy's obsession with certain parts of women's anatomy. If I do a skit about that, and I have, it starts to look kind of stupid. And I would just assume that after you've seen how stupid it looks, the next time you check it out down the street, you kind of go, what am I doing anyways? I mean, what am I doing? Yo, I stand on the street corner, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good. I'm thinking about sidewalks and saxophones. I'm thinking it's a beautiful summer's night. I got on my brand new clothes. I got me a bottle of wine. I want to go out tonight. I want to party. I got on my brand new shoes. Got on my brand new pants. Got on my brand new shirt. Check it out, baby. Kiana, baby. Same as silk. Same as silk. Got on my brand new do aftershave. I'm too good to waste. I want to go out tonight. I want to party. I want to go boogaloo. I want to go roller skating. I say, Lord above, I'm feeling so good tonight. I'm feeling so perfect tonight. Lord, I'm feeling so high tonight. I need me a little girl. I need me a little girl, Lord. Where's my little girl, Lord? Where am I? There she is, just walking down the street. There she is, just strutting down the street. Yeah, she got on those high-heel shoes. She got on that swishy skirt, see-through blouse, lipstick, perfume. Hey, baby, where you going to tonight? Hold on. What's your name there, sister? What's your name? Hey, don't pass me by. Hey, come on, baby, don't pass me by. I'm a superfly, baby. I'll make you fly. Where you going to? Hey, yo, you're looking good. I'm looking good. What do you say we go out tonight, get some Chinese food? Yo, sister. Sister, I'm talking to you. Hey, I want to ask you a question. Hey, yo, you know what time it is? Hey, come on. Hey, yo, sister. Sister. Yo, bitch, get your ass back here. I'm talking to you. Come on, baby. What do you say? We have a good time. Yeah, I know your type. $20, right? Slut. Huh? Who the hell you think you are? Miss America or something? Walking around looking like that? You got no right walking around looking like that. Enticing men, slut, prostitute, spoiled my whole evening.
Arnie, what are you doing? You got 5 minutes? Listen to me for 5 minutes, all right? Got a great idea for a sitcom, Arnie. Sitcom. Situation comedy, Arnie. What are you doing there up in your office? Smoking dope? Listen to me for 2 seconds, all right? All right, now follow me, all right? Scenario, New York City, okay? Apartment building in New York City. Black guy lives in an apartment, all right? Real nice black guy, middle-class kind of guy, smokes a pipe, you know what I'm saying here? Benson type of black guy. Harmless black guy, lives in an apartment, okay? Across the hall from him, paraplegic kid in a wheelchair, all right? Huh? Don't worry about that, Arnie. We'll just get any kid, stick him in a wheelchair, all right? That isn't important. Arnie, just listen to me for 2 seconds, all right? Please? All right. These two got a great relationship going on here, all right? Real nice, interracial, big brother kind of thing going on here, all right? All right? Real mushy, liberal stuff going on, right? You know what I'm saying, Arnie? A show with meaning, all right? A meaningful show. A show with relevance to the social problems of today, okay? You follow what I'm saying? Huh? Uh-huh. Okay, mash. I'm talking mash, Arnie, all right? All right, now just follow me, all right? Top floor apartment building. whorehouse, okay? Hookers going up and down the stairs all time of night and day, falling over the kid in the wheelchair, giving him lollipops, patting him on the head, all kinds of endearing, humorous stuff, okay? Bottom floor, gay health club, okay? Homosexuals going in and out all time of night and day, working with the weights, building up, big studs, okay? Beefcake, cheesecake. Cheesecake, beefcake. Something for everybody, all right? Huh? You follow me so far? Wait. There's more, okay? Last apartment. Teenage kid lives with his mother, all right? This is the funny part, all right? He wants to kill everybody in New York City, all right? So, like, one week he's making an atom bomb in his bedroom. Next week he's, putting AIDS in the water supply. Next week he's derailing subway trains. Who knows? Crazy stuff, funny stuff, hilarious stuff. You know what I'm saying? We'll call the show Upstairs, Downstairs. What do you think of that? Huh? The hell with PBS. They don't count anyways. Look, Arnie, don't worry about those little people, all right? We'll just buy the title off of them. For crying out loud. Look, we'll get Alan Alda to direct it. I know he's a jerk. His name's worth $1 million, though. What do you think? Arnie, look, you like the idea. You like the idea, Arnie. Look, we'll have lunch next week, all right? Arnie, I don't want to hear about that now. Arnie, I got to call the other line. I got to get off the phone. Arnie, I love you, Arnie. I want to get off the phone now. Arnie, I'm hanging up. Arnie, bye.
Every American feels like they're all participating in the same, they all feel one with each other. And they feel one with each other because they all watch the same TV shows, which means that they're all thinking together. Or at least everybody thinks they're thinking together. The way I see it, somebody's thinking for them. Somebody's putting together programming and ideas out of Los Angeles, basically. And those ideas are being sent out to 200 million people. But I think in order for a mass medium to operate at full pitch and to do what it has to do, which is to sell stuff and to hit as many people as possible, then it has to find, like I said, the lowest common denominator among people. I mean, I'm a capitalist. I won't say I'm not, but the capitalist stuff that comes across of urging you to buy this particular brand of this or that, to make you feel more and more self-conscious in order to make you you'll need that soap, you'll need that pimple cream or something, because you don't look good. And as a result, I think there's a very deep and growing insecurity going on among everybody in the population. They just don't feel that they look right, or in fact, that there's nothing right about them. And fear and anxiety become motivating forces in the society, so that people will buy more, so that people will be easier to manipulate into going to war or whatever is needed by the basically the large corporations. People are much easier to manipulate when they're scared, when they're afraid.
Every time we have fried calamari, I feel like I'm gonna blow up. You know what I mean? Oh. Vincent, be a good boy. Give your uncle like a half a cup of coffee there, will you please? No sugar. I'm on a diet. Just a sweet and low, okay? Thank you. So, Vincent, you go visit Frank in the hospital? How's he doing? He's doing okay, right? Yeah, he just had those gallstones. Those are nothing. Yeah, I was gonna go down and visit him last week in the hospital, but I got home from work and I couldn't move, you know what I mean? I just sat down on the sofa, I fell asleep, you know? I even bought him a geranium, but I forgot it in the car. It died. But he's doing okay, right? Yeah, it's nothing, those gallstones. I saw one time on Marcus Welby, you know, on a television. I saw the whole operation. They just make like a little cut like that, and they take like a grapefruit spoon, you know? Just a little tiny, not a real grapefruit spoon, but they take it and they just dig around inside there, and they just cut them out. Those little gallstones, they just throw them away. They throw them in the garbage, that's all. You figure for the amount of money you're going to pay, they give them to you like a little bottle or something to take home, but they just throw them away. Merv Griffin had that one time. He was on the show again in 2 weeks. Gallstones is nothing. Because when Frank went in, he thought he was going to die. First, he thought he had appendicitis. Then he thought he was getting a heart attack. Then they told him he might be getting cancer. With his mother passing away last year from cancer, you know, his brother passed away 2 years ago. Everybody in that family's dying of cancer. Even a dog died. Remember the dog? What was it? Angie. Angie. What was the name of Frank's dog? The one that died. Snowball. Snowball. Remember little Snowball? Little pink poodle. Remember him? They used to dye him all pink. Huh? Yeah, he died. Too bad. He was a nice dog. What are you gonna do? You can't win the way things are now, right? Vincent, let me have like a little piece of pie there, will you please? Just a little slice. Yeah, just a little. Well, bigger than that, yeah. Come on, with some whipped cream on it, all right? I don't know what it is. I can't eat a piece of pie without whipped cream. You know what I mean? Just doesn't taste right or something. Just sticks in my throat. Doesn't go right. I can't taste it right, you know? Thank you. What do you mean, my operation? I didn't have any operation. That was an exploratory. You know, they just open you up, and they look around inside there, and they closed me right up again. They said I was in perfect health. Perfect health. All I had was like a little benign tumor, that's all. No. You listen, Vincent, you're thinking about malignant tumors, okay? Malignant tumors, those are very bad, all right? But benign tumors, you can have all the benign tumors you want, it doesn't hurt you, all right? What are you gonna do? Everybody has cancer these days. It's in the food you eat, it's in the water you drink. You can't taste it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it. The Zox and stuff, that's in everything. The PCBs, the DDTs, and the acid rains. Asbestos. We always had asbestos. Nobody ever died from asbestos. Now you go down to the drugstore, you want to buy yourself a couple of aspirins, you got a headache, you buy yourself a couple of Tylenols, some maniac puts cyanide in the thing and bring it home, you drop dead. You know what I mean? And if you don't eat, you get that, what's the name of that, Angie, what was the name of that disease that Karen Carpenter girl, what did she die from? The anorexia, you get the anorexia. So you eat, you die, you don't eat, you die. Either way, you die. I'd rather eat, you know what I mean? Huh? I'm not going. Look, I went to the wake, I went to the funeral, enough of these social functions, you know what I mean? I mean, all you do, you get all dressed up, you go over that house, you sit around all night, all you do is eat. You can do that at home. What do I have to go out to eat for? Plus, there's a show on TV I want to watch that night. The Charles Bronson movie. You know the one where he goes all over New York City with that big gun, you know, and he kills all those people. Yeah, it's a good movie. They should make more movies like that. Yeah. No, I got on the cable TV, on the cable. You know what they say, when you got cable TV, you never want to go out. What do I got to go out for? I got every movie I want to see right there on my own TV set. My nice soft sofa, nice and comfortable. My own refrigerator, plenty of food. My own bathroom, plenty of toilet paper. What do I got to go out for? You know what I mean? Lock the door, turn on the TV set. It's safer, it's cleaner, it's more sanitary. I stay right here in my house, you know? Plus, I got that video tape recorder, you know? The one where you can record any... Well, come on, it's in the bedroom. I'll show it to you. It's like last week, Ronald Reagan was on TV, right? He was giving that speech. I record the whole thing on my videotape recorder. Anytime I want to watch Ronald Reagan, anytime. Night, the day, right there on the tape, you know? Plus, Angie's got that Jane Fonda exercise tape, huh? What, me? Forget about it. I'll tell you something, though. That Jane Fonda... Please, Susie, get Daddy for me, please, will you? Okay? Hi, Mr. Stearns. Fred Stanley down at Mutual. How you doing this evening? Yeah, I was just calling because I was just going through your homeowner's policy. I was kind of shocked to see you don't have very much life insurance. Yeah, well, $2,000 is very much, Mr. Stearns. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know you don't care what happens after you die, but what about your wife and your kids? Your wife works, okay. Well, let's say something should happen and your wife couldn't work, Mr. Stearns. Let's say you were in a car accident with the missus, you were left fatally injured, your wife was paralyzed for the rest of her life. What would happen then, Mr. Stearns? Have you thought about that? Or let's say you and the missus went and saw a play one night in New York City. You came out, you got mugged on the way out, a gun went off, you got a bullet in the brain, you were left in a coma for months and months and months. Your wife had to give up her job, just come see you in the hospital. What would happen then, Mr. Stearns? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about cancer, Mr. Stearns? What about cancer? You know, Mr. Stearns, I think it's a great idea that the little lady's working. I think that's a great step forward for women's liberation. But what if we're talking 20 years from now? Your wife won't be working then, will she? You know, Mr. Stearns, I've seen it time and time again. The husband dies, the wife's left with no pension, no life insurance. She has a mortgage to pay off. You know, of course, Mr. Stearns, most women in this country outlive their husbands. 100,000 widows in this country, Mr. Stearns. 100,000. No, she probably won't find a new husband, Mr. Stearns. In fact, very few will. Mr. Stearns, just listen to me for a second, okay? Now, you're dead, all right? You're in the ground. Mrs. Stearns has no pension, no life insurance. She has a mortgage to pay off. She might lose the house. Little Susie's in the hospital with some rare form of bone disease. What happens then, Mr. Stearns? Have you thought about that? Do you know how many homeless women, how many prostitutes are widows, Mr. Stearns? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying... Mr. Stearns, I'm just saying that I know that you're a loving husband and father, and I know you want only the best for... What's your wife's name again? Louise. Louise and little darling little Susie. I know that you know that today's world is a very frightening and terrible world, and you'd hate to leave them unprotected in that world. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I'd say around $250,000 worth would be good. No, it won't cost much at all. No, just come by the office tomorrow morning, Mr. Stearns. We'll have all the papers ready for you to sign. 11 o'clock? Fine. No, that's great. That's true. No problem. That's great. Well, look, I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Stearns, okay? You get back to your roast beef dinner and say hi to Louise for me, will you? All right. Okay. Yeah, take it easy now. Bye-bye.
What, for you, is the ideal audience response? What do you hope's happened in their heads by the end of the show?
Well, one, I hope they've had a good time. I hope they've had something that they really enjoy and it keeps them interested. I do that through my technique, hopefully, my acting technique, my ability to use my voice and whatnot. But secondly, perhaps they've identified with some of the guys and some of the attitudes I've put out there. They go, gee, I've thought about stuff like that before, but I never thought about it quite that way. Or I never realized that it's really that ludicrous. See, I believe that people have thoughts going on in their back of their heads all day long, but they don't let them come forward. When they come forward, you can see them because they're like little boogeymen in the dark, and when you turn the light on, they disappear. The thing that bothers me is that going through the whole 60s thing, with all the dialogue that went on about what is war about, what is the war machine about, what are race relations about, how can we live better in this new world that we're living in, seems to be all thrown out the window. It tells me that a lot of people didn't think as deeply about these things as we all thought that we were thinking about them. People say to me, well, you know, you keep bringing up these issues all the time. Aren't you preaching to the converted? I mean, come on, we all know about that stuff already. I see no indication that we all know about that stuff. I would like to shake people up a little bit. I'd like to get them to rethink what they think about. In my case, the people that I'm aiming at are not poor people or lower middle class people, not rich people either. I'm aiming at middle class people. I'm going after middle class conceptions of who do I think I am, how do I think about things. Because it's the middle class person who has the power to change stuff, who has a lot of responsibility in the world today. They're the person with the leisure time, the person who has a choice of whether they want to vote or not vote, or a choice of whether to read or not read. And with those kind of responsibilities, if they say they want to see work that has some substance to it, some spine to it, which I think my work does have, then they're going to have to work with me a little bit on it, and they're going to have to think about it when they're watching the work. That's why I want to shake them up a little bit.
There is only one person in this world who really matters. Yourself. It is your job, it is your daily task to do one very simple and obvious thing. Look out for number one. The world follows certain rules, certain laws. And the first law has been the same since Adam and Eve. Survival of the fittest. If you want the best for you and yours, you remember that one fact. Now, I go to work every day. I'm given a job, and I do it. I go all over this great country of ours, and I talk to people just like you. I talk to them about success. At the end of the week, I'm given a paycheck. That money belongs to me. I earned it. I deserve it. I don't ask for charity. I don't ask for a handout. I don't go down to some government office and ask them to pay my bills for me. No, sir. I used to be ashamed that I had a beautiful home with a swimming pool, that I owned 2 beautiful cars, an Eldorado and a Mercedes, that my family lived in a good neighborhood, free of disagreeable elements. that my children went to a good school free of disagreeable elements. I felt guilty that we ate roast beef on Sunday afternoons. Well, let me tell you something, friends. We do not live in the Garden of Eden. We live right here on earth. And some will suffer while others prosper, as it is written in the Bible. If you could ask the most successful man who ever lived, what is the secret? Ask Andrew Carnegie. Ask John D. Rockefeller. Ask Aristotle and Onassis. If you could ask them, they would tell you one thing. If there are two kinds of people in this world, there are the haves and there are the have-nots. Do you want to be a have? Do you want to look at this world from the top looking down or from the bottom looking up? Because if you do, better out there, better get a piece of what belongs to you. You want the good things in this world, you better get out there, you better hustle. Because if you don't, you will only lose. If you don't, you will be a have-not. And if you are a have-not, you will be unprotected. If you are unprotected and you are hungry, no one will feed you. If you are hurt, no one will take care of you. If a great storm comes from above and destroys the very home you live in, no one will replace it. No one will care unless you've taken care, to take care of, number one, all kinds of people in this world. The poor, the foolish, the stupid, the crippled, the elderly. Nothing you can do about them. They've always been around. They're always going to be around. What you got to worry about is number one. The bleeding heart liberals think you should take care of those who can't take care of themselves. The haves think you are responsible for the have-nots. You are responsible for only one person, yourself. You are brought into this world as a single individual. You will enjoy your life as a single individual. You will experience your own pain. Life is a struggle. Man is an island. Love, my friends. Love is loving yourself first. Thank you. Amen.
All right, now the first piece of equipment you want to make sure you have on hand is a nice big bucket, okay? Around yay wide, so deep. Fill it up with water, any kind of liquid you might have on hand. Fill it right up to the brim there. Then all you do is you just take your subject by the back of the neck, get a good firm grip, bring him right over to the bucket there, right to the edge, and just push his head right under the water, okay? Nice and deep. Baptize him. Put the fear of God into him there, all right? Nice and deep. And up. And back down again, okay? 15, 20 seconds is good. Just watch the air bubbles. When the air bubbles stop, give it around 5 more seconds, all right? And up. And back down again, all right? He'll buck. He'll buck. Make sure he doesn't kick you there, all right? Stay out of the way of the legs. Nice and deep. And up. Now you have a subject you're ready to work with. He's wet, he's tired, he's scared, okay? Another piece of equipment we want to make sure we have on hand is a good work table, okay? Nice big work table. I suggest metal just because it lasts a little bit longer. Just take your subject, place him upon the table, strap down the legs, strap down the arms, piece of gaffer's tape, duct tape over the mouth. You have him where you want him. Just pinch the nostrils, he can't breathe, okay? Now we're ready to get down to work, ready to begin the interrogation. How do we want to start? Well, myself, I like to start with something very simple. It's kind of a trademark of mine. I'm a smoker. Kind of a bad habit, something I know I should give up, I know I should quit. Should just take the cigarette out just as I'm starting out. Just take my cigarette, just take one last puff, take it out, just push it right into the navel there, okay? Goes in soft like wax. Just push it right in there, leave it right in there. It hurts. Believe me, it hurts. Any of you here in the Army or in the Marines, remember playing chicken with a lit cigarette butt? Remember that? Remember how much fun that used to be? Just pushing it right up against your arm there? It hurts. Okay, now that's sort of our hors d'oeuvre. What do we want to do for the main course? Well, a lot of people like to work with rubber truncheons, telephone books. Some people like to break fingers, twist arms. Hey, we're not in the Dark Ages. We have electricity. Electricity, when properly applied, will achieve whatever ends you desire. Just simply take your 2 electrodes, nothing more than a couple of bare wires hooked up to a generator. Just take your 2 electrodes, just press them firmly up against the soles of the feet, the palms of the hands. Into the ear is very good. All around the eye, into the nostril is a very easy to get to nerve ending, right up inside the nostril there. All around the gums, the teeth,
Of course, any fillings you might find, always very effective. The armpits, the nipples, the genitalia, all very good places, all very effective. Of course, I know a lot of you here have worked with electricity before, so I won't go into too much detail about that right now. One thing I do stress when talking about electricity, about working with electricity, is that you make sure that you have on hand a licensed physician for two reasons. First of all, the doctor will let you know exactly how much electricity is needed to get the job done. Secondly, you have a lot of people working around this area, a lot of people working around the electricity. You don't want anybody to get hurt.
What do you want people to think about with your torturer?
Well, for an American, it is what I would like people to think about, and it's interesting because he keeps changing. People keep finding him funnier and funnier, and I don't completely understand why. I guess I'm playing him funnier. What I would like people to think about is that he's very horrible, and that he's real. There really are guys like this. Anybody who has any knowledge of what's going on out there in the world today has got to know that there are guys who, for a living, torture people. That means that if you're an American and you like coffee, your coffee beans come from a country where the coffee is being grown where food was grown before. As a result, there's a lot of poor people. As a result, there's a revolutionary group that's trying to overthrow the government. As a result, the government has become military, and they're catching these guys and they're torturing them. That cup of coffee, to me, is linked in some way to torture.
Which of the Funhouse characters frightens you the most? But what about the Shining Star character?
Yeah, the Shining Star character is very scary because it seems like he's the only guy who's winning out there right now. Basically, he's completely out of his gourd, and he's a killer. He's burnt out, and yet, as he says, he's going to survive. And if we keep bringing the world down to the kind of basic level that we're bringing it to, where people are fighting on the most basic level over jobs and work and whatnot, then it is characters like that that are going to win the game.
Yeah. I got something to say, all right? I got a few last words. This is what I got to say. You don't know. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about the world, about reality. Got it? I mean, who the hell are you people? Who are you to say he dies? What gives you that right? My peers? My jury of peers? You're not my peers because I look down on you. You and your fat-ass existence. You and your TV brains. You never been anywhere. You don't know nothing. All you know is what some idiot on the boob tube tells you. So maybe I killed those girls. So what? I didn't, but what if I did? Insignificant people die every day. You don't seem to be too concerned when there's a war going on or there's children starving in Africa. What about that, huh? You're responsible for that, and you're responsible for putting me away. I mean, first of all, I'm innocent, okay? But second of all, I'm somebody because I have seen the world. I have been in the desert, man, and I have seen the shining star. I have rode with the kings, man, and I have rode with the best. I know what the truth is. And the truth is that I count and you don't. It's like when you're a little kid and you step on ants on the sidewalk. You know they don't count. Well, it's the same with me. You're just a bunch of ants. You're not even alive as far as I know. Could just be a bunch of robots. You might be robots filled with blood and guts, but you're still robots, see? See, I can see that. I understand that, because I have seen the shining star in the desert, man. I have rode a Harley at 150 miles an hour, and I have seen reality go by. I have been through it. I have tripped in places you don't even know exist. I have shot dope in the Mekong, man. I have seen buckets of blood. I have looked death right in the eyes, and I saw stars and stripes. And no one can dispute me. Those who have tried are very sorry now. They're not around to talk about it, see? Because I'm always ready. Here's a war coming on, and this is only the beginning. Only the strong will survive. It's going to be kill or be killed. Hand to hand. Mind to mind. And I'm ready, see? I don't pump iron for nothing. I'm building up. Kung Fu, meditation, yoga. I'm ready for anything. Anything. I passed every test. It's like if there was a candle here right now, I could put my hand over it and I wouldn't get burned. I wouldn't feel any pain at all, because I can take it, see? It's like people think I'm a junkie because I stick a needle in my arm. I'm just testing myself, see? I'm just building myself up, going out further and further and further into the shining star. You people living out your safe, protected little lives. You think you can tell me about things? You think you know about things? You can't tell me about nothing, man, because I have seen it all. I have shook hands with the devil. And you want to come here and you want to fight with me, man, and you will lose. You will lose. Because I am the stronger one, see? And the stronger one always wins. That's the law of the jungle. That's survival of the fittest. And I am the stronger, physically, mentally, and spiritually. See, that's a big joke, see? See, you're just here because I'm here. You just came here tonight to see me. I'm the one. I'm sitting up here, and you're just sitting out there scared. There's the killer. We gotta kill the killer. You're afraid of me, like Jesus. And you think you can just put me away, and that's the end of it? And that's where you're wrong, man. You can't get rid of me. I'm everywhere. I'm in the air. I'm in the ground. I'm inside you. See, because the shining star, it doesn't go away. It's always there in my head, burning, shining in my brain. When everything's gone, when everything's blowed away, I'll still be here.